أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم. So Alhamdulillah, we completed the last two juz. Now this is the next surah and the next juz also. Surah Al-Mujādilah. It has 22 verses in it. 22 ayatuha. 3 paragraphs. The order in this Qur'an is 58, but it is Madani Surah, revealed after Hijrah. So the order of revelation is 105. Surah means chapter of the Qur'an. Madaniya means revealed after Hijrah. Mujādilah. Mujādilah means that arguing each other. Okay? Each other. Like for example, look, in Arabic, you say mufa'ala. Mufa'ala. Okay? So, the action which are done by two people, you put in this mufa'ala. Like for example, kalam. You put kalam in mufa'ala, it become what? Mukalama. Mukalama means talking each other. So you add each other with it. Just because the way it appear, each other. Mukalama. Mujādala. It is from jadal or jidal. So fighting or arguing each other. Alright? So in the same way, this surah is called Surah Mujādala. Okay? Why it is called arguing or fighting? There was a Sahabi whose name was Aus ibn Samit radiyallahu anhu. And his wife's name was Khawla radiyallahu anha. Khawla bint Sa'laba. Aus ibn Samit. This was the Sahabi. Okay, and Khawla binti Sa'laba was his wife, radiyallahu anha. Okay, so there was a tradition in the days of ignorance before Islam. They used to call it Zihar. Zihar is from Zohar. Zohar means bake. So a man will tell his wife, Anti alayya ka dhuhri ummi. You are to me like the back of my mother. So he mentioned the back of his mother. But it does not have to be the back. It can be another organ. Okay? Like for example, the thigh. Okay? Or some hidden organ. I mean, if he say like the nose or the eye, so it's not going to apply on that one. Okay? So, when the man will say, like use this kind of thing, he will say this to his wife, you are to me like the back of my mother. So, in Jahiliyyah, before Islam, this will bring hurmat abadiyya. What does hurmat abadiyya mean? That this lady cannot become the wife forever of this man. You know, like for example, look, a man, he give one divorce to his wife. So then in the iddat, he can do ruju without nikah. Okay, in the iddat, you know iddat, right? That 3 menstrual cycles. So a person, he give one divorce to his wife. Then in iddat, how much is the iddat? 3 cycles. He can do ruju. Ruju mean what? He can say, okay, we are husband-wife. Okay, or he place his hand on her shoulder and say, okay, we friends, we so this, he don't need to do another nikah. Samajh gaye? In iddat. He have given how many talaq? 1. If he don't do ruju in iddat and the iddat finish, then he want to become he want her to be his wife. So what they do? They do another nikah. Very easy, no problem. This is the story of how many divorce? One talaq. But the problem with this man is, for the rest of his life, he has only how many talaq with him? Two. Now, if a person, he give two talaq to his wife, the same story, he can do ruju in iddat. If he don't do ruju, he don't go to his wife in iddat, then after the iddat finish, he can do another nikah, their husband and wife. For the rest of his life, he has only one talaq with his hand. If a person, he give three divorce, three talaq to his wife, so he cannot do ruju in iddat. And if the iddat finish and he want that lady to do nikah, he cannot do nikah. So remember suppose, okay? It's not a procedure. It's not a procedural thing that the people made it like that. Suppose that lady married another husband, another man, and her new husband died. Or suppose because of some reason he divorced her, then she can come and marry with this original husband. So why the Sharia make this? To punish the husband. Why are you divorcing your wife? If you want her to be separate from you, one talaq was enough. At the most, two were enough. Why you went to three? So that's why you don't deserve this lady anymore. Okay? So this is understood, right? I told you. So even in the three talaq, there is no hurmat abadiyya. There is a chance that if her new husband passed away, so they can get married. So hurmat abadiyya mean that there's no way. You can never get married. There's no chance. They call hurmat abadiyya. So even in three talaq, there is no hurmat abadiyya. There is a chance that her new husband die and they remarry. They call hurmat abadiyya. Okay? Haram forever. This was in Jahiliyyah. So Aus ibn Samit radiallahu anhu said the same thing to his wife because it was a tradition, a bad one in Jahiliyyah. They used to be not Muslim before. Now they are Sahaba. So when he said that to his wife, so the lady Khawla radiallahu anha came to the wife, to the Prophet ﷺ, and say, my husband has said that to me, what is the rule for me? So what the Prophet will do, if there is no new rule in Islam, he will keep the rule of Jahiliyyah if it was not very shameful or bad. So the Prophet say, haram, you are separate. So Khawla say, he didn't mention talaq. The Prophet say, even then. Khawla say, he's old and I lived my whole life with him. And who will be taking care of him? The Prophet say, even then. So then she was arguing. She was not satisfied with the command. And she said, okay, I complain to Allah and Allah will send something for me. And in response to her desire and her wish, Allah revealed this ayah that we are reciting today. Khawla bint Sa'laba. Okay? So Umar radiallahu anhu in his khilafat was on the roadside. And the big Sahaba were in his company. So all the way there he saw an old lady. So he left all the people, his ministers and his people, and he went all the way and he greeted her and he, showed sympathy to her and respect to her. So the man told Umar, أَحَبَثْتَ رِجَالَ قُرَيْشِ لِهَذِهِ الْعَجُوزَ. You abandoned all the notable people of Quraysh just for this old lady. So Umar radiallahu anhu said, هَذِهِ إِمْرَأَةٌ. This is a lady. Allah listened to her فوق سبع سماوات, above 7 skies. So who is Umar that he will not be paying respect to her? This is Khawla bint Sa'laba radiallahu anha. Right? So now look. So now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed these ayat that we're going to be reciting. So what is this? If somebody say in Islam, what is the new command now? The new command is that if a person told his wife, أنت علي كظهر أمي. So what will be كفخذ أمي? So what he will say, what he will do? He will be freeing a slave. Then he is fine. If he could not find a slave, then he will be fasting 60 days consecutively. And if he cannot do that, then he will be feeding 60 poor people 2 meals. Okay? For 1 day. So this is the kafara now in Islam. It is coming in this ayah. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, قَدْ سَمِعَ اللَّهُ. Okay? Sami'a is what? It is past tense, it is madhi. And when qad come on it, it gives the meaning of tahqiq and taqrib. Okay? Like for example, look, you say dhahaba. Dhahaba means he left. If you say qad dhahaba, it means he just left. This is called taqrib. Madhi qareeb. Alright? Or tahqiq, which means definitely. So when qad come on madhi, it gives the meaning of what? Taqreeb and tahqiq. Tahqiq means definitely, this is true. And taqreeb means it's not far past, it just happened a few minutes ago. Okay? So qad sami'a Allahu, definitely Allah listened, which means he just heard. Okay? And definitely. Qawla, the talk allati of that lady. Tujadiluka, who was fighting, arguing with you, O Prophet. Fi zawjiha, regarding her husband. Watashtaki, and she was complaining, shikayat, ilallahi, to Allah. Wallahu, and Allah yasma'u, he hear. Tahawurakuma, your conversation. Okay, the conversation of the lady and the Prophet. Tahawur. Tahawur, bab tafa'ul, remember. In mujarad, hawar. Hawar means beautiful eyes. Hawra in mujarad. But in tafa'ul, it means conversation. Tahawur. Inna Allah, indeed Allah, sami'un, all listener, basir. Watchful. All knowing. Basir, like watching, okay? Watchful. Okay, one more time. Definitely, Allah listened to the talk of that lady who was arguing with you regarding her husband and was complaining to Allah. And Allah hear your conversation. Indeed, Allah is all listener, all watchful. Okay? Huh. Now here, you. Here.
Qalqala.
Qalqala. Do it.
Qada.
Qad. This name of Allah will be?
Thick.
Why?
Because the letter before has a
Ma
fatah.
qabal is maftuh.
Maftuh.
Here.
Wawlin.
Do it.
Qawla.
Qawla allati. Say.
Qawla allati.
The same thing here. Say.
Zawjiha.
Zawjiha. Okay, this name of Allah will be again?
Thick.
Okay, so remember, this is tricky. Because you might make this thick also. Ilallah, which is wrong. So you will abruptly switch from thin to thick. Ilallah. Okay? So you will not say ilallah, because then you are making to both. This is not the name of Allah. It should be thin. So ilallah. Say?
Ilallah.
Yes. Again here, this name of Allah will be thick. Ma qabal maftuh. Okay? Ma qabal means the letter before. It's called ma qabal. Maftuh means it has a fatha. So this can be say ma qabal is maftuh. Wallahu. Okay? Here.
Nun mushaddad.
Again, ma qabal maftuh. Inna Allah. Say.
Inna Allah.
And here is what?
Iqlab.
Iqlab, right? Tanween followed by ba. So do it.
Sami'un basir.
Sami'un basir.
Sami'un basir.
And this ra will be thin. So don't say basir. Don't say like this. Like the tip of the pencil. Basir. Say.
بصير.
Thin. Why it is thin? Because look, when ra has a kasra, it is thin. But this ra has a sukoon. So it has a sukoon, so look at the maqabal. But maqabal has also sukoon. Then look at the maqabal. You understand? When ra has a kasra, ra will be thin. But if ra has a sukoon, look at the maqabal. If maqabal also has sukoon, so look at the maqabal. It has a kasra, then do it thin. Basir. Right?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قد سمع الله قول التي تجادلك في زوجها وتشتكي إلى الله والله يسمع تحاوركما إن الله سميع بصير
وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله